It's time for the Community Art Showcase! Yeah, I just wanted to play with putting all of my dudes on screen at the same time. Anyway, Community Art Showcase! But of course, before we dive into your submissions, we must first cover the prompt for next time. Your prompt for the next Community Art Showcase is video game. Either fan art of an existing one, or just something original that looks like it could come from one. Have fun with it. And if you're here before the second phase of the plan has been initiated, and you're wondering how the video is the length that it is when we only got 3 entries this time around, well, YouTube has apparently decided to pull some shenanigans on me, so I am trying to turn that right back around on YouTube. Because for some reason, I haven't been credited over 1,000 watch hours that I should have been credited. So, we're going to try and get some of that back. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It'll either work or won't. Plans to get back at the corpos aside, though, let's take a look at your submissions to the Hidden Wonder Community Art Showcase. Starting us off with my cousin's submission, we have these line art mushrooms. I really like them. And I gotta give you props for adding the little stringly bits beneath the fruiting caps, whatever you actually call these, because that's something I completely forget about every time I've drawn a mushroom that I can remember. So, well done. It is a fairly simple drawing, but it is a really nice one. About the only thing I can offer in terms of any kind of critique is that your perspective on the second mushroom is a little wonky looking to me. I feel like if you were to... I feel like you got the angle of the underside of your cap, mushroom cap, a little off on it, and it feels like it cuts off a little too soon. Maybe make it a little wider and a little more ovaloid. Something like that. But again, I really like it. And that's kind of unfortunate for me because it means I don't have as much to talk about it. But it is really nice. You did great. And it does kind of fit the prompt of a hidden wonder pretty well. Stumbling across a little mushroom grove in the middle of the woods can be pretty fun. Pretty cool. And you capture that vibe pretty well. You could, of course, go back and color it or do some dot shadowing or hat shadowing or whatever, but even just as the line work, if you just wanted to leave it like that, it is really nice. Up next, from my little sister, we have this Avatar The Last Airbender painting. Let me just scooch over so you can get a good look. Very nice. There's only really 2 things I can point out to critique you on. And you already are aware of them, but let's go over it anyway for the sake of those who aren't you. So, up here, your glider. As you yourself have admitted, your glider looks more like a flying fish or a dragon than an airbender glider. But, again, you yourself pointed that out. You know what you're working on. Same for your clouds. They're a little blocky blobby, but that could A, be a style thing, and B, I mean, again, you already said this. You know. Which puts me in a bit of a tight spot, because I don't want to feel like I'm ragging on you, because, but I do kind of need to say these things to give other people some insights, because that's what the whole point of this series is. Showing off the cool stuff you guys make, and then providing what insights I can on it. But when you do pretty well and already know what you need to improve on yourself, don't leave me too much to talk about, so guess just keep working on what you know you need to work on and keep doing cool stuff, because this is nice. Again, not giving me too much to cover when I talk about it, because it's well done. And so, last but certainly not least, from Leapic28, we have Tiberian Dream.mp4, because to get this to loop repeatedly, I had to set it up to do that, and it shows you the title every time you do that. It's just what it is. Again, you've done fantastic. All of you who have submitted have done fantastic, and that leaves me very little to talk about, except to say, hey, you did good. You've got fantastic 2-point perspective going on here. Like, everything veers correctly. You've gotten it dead on. You've got a fantastic pixel art shading going on. Your moon glow is great. You got Minecraft cobblestone over here, which is fun. And I'm presuming that, given you've mentioned Tiberian stuff before, that this is maybe something from a video game, because I think you've mentioned like a tank from a game called Tiberian something. I have no idea what, though. Regardless, again, really well done, which again doesn't leave me that much to say, because you did great. And it's also really cool that you decided to do it as an animation. One with really good sound design, too, actually. Though it does make me wonder if I'm going to start hearing a Geiger counter click if I'm going to stay here too long. This feels radioactive. Which is, again, well done. Honestly, I think the only thing I can maybe suggest you change a little bit if you were to do this again, which, would be to make the outline on your moon smaller, because the thickness of your moon outline is a little jarring. And maybe break up and spread out your brighter highlighting around your moon a little bit more, like how you've got over here. Maybe even add one more layer of not quite black, darker gray. But at that point, that's just semantics. Again, everyone this time around has done fantastically. So, I guess I've done my job correctly, but you really don't leave me too much to say, and I feel kind of bad about that. So just look at the glow. And if you want to see your artwork in the next community art showcase and get what constructive feedback I can offer, or just blow me away with how much you've improved, make sure you complete your artwork with the prompt of video game and submit it either through the channel Discord by the end of May 31st, or submit it to me by the same deadline through Bluesky or Tumblr. You can find links to all of them in the channel description. Now, I will see some of you next time, because here is where the video is about to end for some of you. But if the video looks like it still's got a decent bit of time left, stick around. What are you still doing here? The video's over. There might be some for you up there, or some for you over there, but there's nothing left here, so hit the YouTube buttons and move on.